Hello, it's me, Zacchaeus. How you doing? Oh, my hair a little frizzy. I gotta put some gel on this hair. My braids look good. I gotta make a video, and I'm trying to do an rant on it, but I'm glad that the brother got the $1,000,000. Roscoe Chicken Waffles, I found out what I did not know was owned by a person of African American descent, and the franchise that that this lawsuit was against was the franchise owner was Latino, was Hispanic. And the manager showed more preference towards Latinos than it did to people who are African American descent. And so there's a man of African American descent. I've got his name, who won a $1,000,000 or 1 million. I've got $1,000,000. Put it away. I mean, I don't know how much he won, but he won $1,000,000. Thank God. Okay, because the manager was showing preference treatment. He would not give schedule, like he would not give them hours, whatever, and he would give Latino workers hours. And this was a pocho move. Y'all know when I mention the word pocho, what I mean, the word pocho, okay? And then there's a lot of folks had said, well, that's why Mexicans are taking away the jobs, or any other Hispanic group, because not every Latino is Mexican. But this is just disturbs me because I am a person of African American and also Native American Caucasian descent. I do speak Spanish. You know, I'm around Latinos a lot. You know, not in my neighborhood. Well, a few in our neighborhood, but when I was growing up with the school and everything, and I dealt with some black and brown racism here and there, even in El Paso. It was very minor in El Paso because I was shocked that there was some Latinos that love black music, not only the cholos that love the oldies, but they love the hip hop. I mean, and not almost every Latina, but I ran across Latinas in El Paso want to give it a brother, okay? And since I wasn't that hip and wasn't streets wise, I wasn't one of the brothers they trying to get with, okay? So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I was very single in El Paso. There was some sisters I was trying to talk to as well, and still I wasn't, no one want to holler. So point is, I dealt with black and brown racism before. I'm not one of the people in those who calls their WB word or SPIC word, because when you say those type of words, you're affecting the whole group of people. It's like if a Latino person was getting discriminated or had racial bigotry, someone was being racist towards him or her from African American, and they say the word nigger, you know what I'm saying, or my God there, whatever, that still affects me because I'm not doing it. Don't try to include me because that brother, sister, you know what I'm saying, as an individual. One thing, I'm not a collective person, I'm an individualistic person, okay? And so, and I know people say, well, you use the word portrait, isn't that racist? So, excuse me. Mexican immigrants and other Latino immigrants use the word pocho when they're Latinos here who are born in the United States. And I'm not saying all those who, I'm talking about the ones who, certain individuals that do this, that choose to act like they're not Latino, or they're ashamed of it, or even they say they're proud of it, but they try to act like a white racist person towards Latino and other people of color, as well as African American and Asian people as well. So that, you know, no one learned it from the Latino community. They learned it from white racist people, okay? Just like the African American descendant people who are anti-Hispanic learn it from what racism. No one is, and I'm not trying to use racial slurs and offend anybody, but no Hispanic or African American descent person been the word nigger and mayate or wetback or majado or speg or any of those, or borgia, all that other stuff, or monkey or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Of course, monkey isn't the English language, but no one here not use those words in a racial state except for white racist people. Okay. And I had to blame white racist people for that, okay? Minorities learn this, you know, instead of coming together and fighting racism, and, you know, and we not that different, as I keep mentioning that the Latinos are not only this mix of Spanish and Native, they're also Spanish European, and also Native, they're also a mix of black. Many of them are, including those in Mexico, okay? So, you know, that's one thing I love that Rosie Perez, who's Puerto Rican, had mentioned that on The View when Venezuelan, makeup artist on Univision, who's also mixed with Afro-Latino, Rodney Verriero, called Michelle Obama the Planet of the Apes, okay, on the show El Gordo La Flaca de Gordo, you know what I'm saying? You know, and Univision fired him, and he apologized and everything, but Rosa Perez said it was racist. And even though that Rodney Verriero has an Afro-Latino father. He does not look black. Okay, so he can't pass and say I don't have no black in me. But at the last, like George Zimmer. George Zimmer is also a mix of black too. You know what I'm saying? That's my cake, because I got cake. I made a carrot cake. George Zimmer is also a mix of black too. His great grandfather on his mother's side was Afro-Peruvian. You know, when doing the Zimmerman trial, you know, or Trayvon Martin murder trial, he mentioned this. And folks, I'm surprised the folks in the African American community are shocked when I say that. It was on CNN. I don't even have cable. You know what I'm saying? I saw this on my dog on YouTube phone. Okay? So, I mean, yeah, the man got an Afro-Latino, Afro-Mestizo background. You know, and he used that as a scapegoat, because all this time nobody not know that until he killed Trayvon and he tried to escape this. Okay? So, you know, it's a lot of hypocrisy. So, I even had a Latino racist who are Mexican descent that I had to cuss off and block when I mentioned that they 19 do have African DNA because of the Spanish slave masters bringing slaves to Mexico, and it was a huge race mixing. So the reason I'm bringing this up because it's hypocrisy for Latino, even they denied or admitted to have that type of racism towards anybody of African descent. Okay, we're not that different, not only because we're African descent, we also mix with European and American. Okay, because Spaniard isn't European. French and English, like myself, mixed with French and English, that's European, okay? So, you know what I'm saying? We're not that different. We look different due to race mixtures, because, you know, when you mix up, you have all, like George Jefferson, you know, Sherman Hennessy say you have a sword nuts, even though he mixed himself with that higher complexion when he was playing George Jefferson being racist towards Tom and Helen, you know, for having a mixed race family and everything. But still, you know what I'm saying? He don't look like a Wesley Snipes. The point is, okay, no offense, but you know, there's dark skinned people in our race who are racially mixed. In my own family, they're mixed too. We share the same mixed background. They're dark brown skin. I'm lighter than them, but we still have a mixed background. Okay, so because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the mixture. So point is, but that was the African look like someone like Akon or Peter Yogo. You know what I'm saying? That's what a pure African looks like. So point is, we're not that different. You know what I'm saying? And they have this discrimination towards each other. Because I'm getting tired. And it's like I said, a lot of folks think it's only Mexican people doing this. I have seen, when I talked about my job working at the gas station back in 2012, I worked in 2011, I quit. Remember I mentioned a dark-skinned woman with weave in her hair who was married to a Latino guy, okay? And now, like, girls now, okay? I ain't trying to tell her business, but I found it on the grapevine. The sidewall says, how you doing? Alright. She was my boss, and she gave me hell. Including camera skin, little lighter skin sister, big old sister who was straight, who mistreated me. And when, before she got fired, both of them got fired, somebody had told me they was not getting enough hours due to the fact that this sister, dark skin sister who was giving the Hispanic people more off hours than she was giving her own sisters and her brothers hours. And she was giving me hell. She gave the Mexican man, the older Mexican man, more preferential treatment towards her. And I want to tell, excuse me, I want to cuss on Saturday. I about to say the B word. Excuse me, help. Ain't we supposed to be brothers and sisters? And if you try to use that color trash, I'm not your shade. So sister, don't even go there with me, okay? So I have to tell it like it is, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't try to use that bigotry with me. You don't think you better than somebody because you married to a Latino guy and you try to show, you know what I'm saying? You look more like Mother Africa than I do, okay? So point is, she showed more appreciation. She showed more preference towards the Hispanic people. And she gave the sister, my friend of mine, who dark skinned, less hours than she gave the Hispanic pills. So this not only just going on with the African Hispanic community, it's also those in the African American who do the same doggone thing, you know. And you know, and then they want to whine about Mexican immigrants coming over here taking the jobs, because I always tell people when the black folks, the people of African Americans, I won't say because we're not pure black. Black identified means with a black background, shall I say. When they act like that, they don't forget that the white supervisor or the Hispanic or whoever over there can fire them or let them go, and they get a Hispanic officer or put a Hispanic over them, whatever, okay, on their position. So a lot of folks don't understand that can happen. That can happen. You know what I'm saying? You think you can get by because you got one drop of black blood and you can get away with mistreating your own people. But the white folks can put a Hispanic person on your place and you won't have a doggone job. And trust me, for like that, I don't feel sorry for it. So the Roscoe chicken waffles place, I give kudos to the brother. I hope the pocho racists or sisa pochos will understand you cannot do that BS here in the United States, and it goes for any other race. Okay, who does that? I mean, I don't knock nobody. Okay, good. It's 10 minutes on my cake. I don't know. I mean, I'm not only knocking the Hispanic race, people African, because I never forget before. I got 3 minutes on this video. There was it was a fine girl too. She was part white and part Hispanic. I know, and we was both dealing with housing cases at downtown at the legal aid. She was she looked more his Latino. She looked like white, but she told me both her parents were part white, and I said, well, I'm mixed with white too, mixed with black, white, and Native American. We both was connected. And now I couldn't date her because she was married though, so I don't date married women. And so she was telling me she was fighting, because I was fighting an eviction case, and then also she was fighting a case of housing discrimination case because her sister, being Sakata and her mama, was trying to kick all the Hispanic white folks out the neighborhood. It's in Richmond, Texas, okay? And try to put more African American. Now wait, that's just wrong. Because if you don't want nobody to do the KKK mess to you, don't do it to nobody else, okay? I mean, we forget that I'm not the perfect person, but I know we all God's children, you know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to do that to you. Somebody do it to somebody else, you know? So, I mean, the same thing, this racist pocho who got sued needs to be kicked out because it says owned by an African American business. How in the world they let this get away with this? Because I wouldn't let that happen. If it was my business, you would not do that to nobody in my business. You ain't gonna hire more black folks or more Hispanic folks or more white folks better do the little race and try to knock people's hours down. No, you're behind, because I don't want to cuss because it's Sunday and I'm about to go to church. And if you go mass in a few minutes, the email mass in a few minutes. Point is, I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to do right. God on my heart. Your behind would not be in my business. I just tell you like this. I just fire you. I just be like worse than I know it's not right. Worse than Donald Trump. Get out my doggone place. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you Hispanic. I don't care if you black. Whatever. I ain't talking about Donald Trump because of racist stuff he said. I'm talking about The Apprentice. You know how he was rude on Apprentice, and I thought about, nah, I don't want to be on Apprentice because I don't want nobody harsh to talk to me that way. But I'll be rude to you if you do that to somebody. You call me employee abuse or whatever, because I'm serious. I'm not having my business be used as a scapegoat for racism. I want everybody, all colors, to get along so we can make the business. I ain't trying to be a bully boss to nobody, but I'm not going to tolerate no racism because I want nobody doing me that way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's my point of view of this situation, and I'm going to hope that Porcho understand that he cannot go no business doing that. You know how he feel if a bunch of white men did not allow Hispanic people to work or cut their hours and put more white folks in job, because that's exactly what they're trying to do now. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're trying to put a bridge over the, the Mexican border and everything. So I'm not saying the immigrants who are here are come from the border. I'm not saying that, but they're trying to do whatever they can, trying to stop Latinos from being citizens who are already here. Who, you know what I'm saying? They're doing it. Even you are a citizen, they're trying to racial profile you. So you shouldn't be doing that to nobody else. You're not white. You might think you're Blanco, but your background is not puro Blanco, especially when you have indigenous and African